Okay, so then tell us, how do you use this heat map? So now you're seeing the colors. So what
Yep.
are the actions that you would take associated with some of those colors?
Well, this is where looking at as many heat maps as you can will help you start recognizing patterns and gain some knowledge. Now, the benefit of working with user input on this is we will give you some bullet points on what we see. So that way you have a good understanding of how you should turn this into action, because we've seen thousands and thousands of these heat maps now, right? In general, some high level tips. You should look for immediately for what are the hot areas. What is going on in those hot areas? And is it drawing the attention to where you want on the page? If not, consider recropping the photo, changing the headline, or removing that element altogether, right?
Mm.
Now, if consumers are not paying attention to something you want, that usually means either they're distracted by something else or they're not finding that interesting. I mentioned earlier, big paragraphs of text. I call them walls of text, because what happens is we see quite often consumers are reading and they're skimming the page. They hit a big wall of text and they immediately think to themselves, I don't want to spend the energy reading all of that. I'm here to see a visual experience. I want to know very quickly if this is the right product for me. And that's why you should go to things like bullet points. And you'll quickly see something like that by seeing a dark red line on the left side of the text, and the right side fades out very quickly to where before the end of the line, you'll see that it's clear. And that means people did not even read to the end of the line of the paragraph, right? So the right side of the paragraph will be blank. The left side will have dark red. That means people just skimmed down and then looked at the first couple of words of each line of the paragraph and then moved on. Now, you were hired a copywriter. You spent all this time and effort writing copy you thought was amazing. That paragraph is going to sell your product, but nobody's reading it.
Right.
So what's the benefit, right? So there's a lot of things like that. Now, we can transition if you want to offsite, because there are ways to solve and understand how copy is performing with some offsite optimization techniques when you're ready to get there.